everyone. My name is Monica, and today I will be presenting a summary of a scientific article titled Impact of Antibiotics on the Human Microbiome and Consequence for Host Health. I will start off by giving some background information, evidence, and finally a conclusion. Antibiotics have been a great highlight of modern medicine, with significant contributions to increasing life expectancy. However, overuse and often misuse has contributed to a global antibiotic resistance and unintentional harm to human health, especially disruption of the gut microbiome. The gut microbiota is a complex ecosystem of the microbes, which play a vital role in digestion, immune development, and protection against pathogens. Balanced microbial diversity is crucial, starting from infancy to elderly adulthood. Broad-spectrum antibiotics disturb this balance, which in return reduce microbiota richness and often enable pathogens like Clostridioides difficile to dominate. To start off with some evidence, starting in infancy and pregnancy, antibiotics given during pregnancy and labor, such as intrapartum antibiotic prophylaxis, disturbs the infant's early gut colonization, leading to a reduced Bifidobacterium and Bacteroides and increased Enterobacteriaceae. Such changes are typically associated with a higher risk of asthma, obesity, allergies, and type 1 diabetes as they progress in life. Studies in mice show that maternal antibiotics use alters the vaginal and gut microbiota, impairing immune development and offspring. In adults, short-term antibiotics courses, such as ciprofloxacin and clindamycin, can cause long-lasting changes in the microbial composition and reduce species richness. Often, repeated exposure is selected for antibiotic-resistant genes, or ARGs, some persisting months or even years after treatment. Functional changes include reduced SCFA production and increased susceptibility to inflammatory disorders such as IBD. As highlighted in a review published in Annual Review of Microbiology, antibiotics can significantly disrupt our microbiota, leading to various health issues, including increased susceptibility to infections and chronic disease. Health consequences also, such as metabolic disorders, immune impairment, antibiotic associated disease, and oral microbiota often occur as the microbiota is disturbed. The gut serves as, excuse me, as a reservoir of ARGs that spread via mobile genetic elements such as plasmids and integrons. Alarmingly, though, ARGs are now found in remote population with little antibiotic exposure, suggesting environmental persistence and vertical transmission. Infants inherit ARGs from mothers via their microbiome and breast milk. There are alternatives to antibiotics and how to res damn, what the fuck. There are a few alternatives to antibiotics and ways to resort all of that microbiome diversity in your body. We start off with probiotics, which support recolonization to beneficial bacteria and enhance gut barrier function. We have FMT, or fecal microbiota transplantation, which is also an effective way in restoring the microbiota after a C. difficile infection. FMT may be superior to probiotics in diversity restoration. Phage therapy, it targets specific pathogens, only sparing beneficial flora, which is shown to be effective in respiratory and systematic infections. Finally, bacterial and monoclonal antibiotic is also a natural bacteria peptide that avoids resistance development. Our microbiology course emphasizes the role of microbiome balance in immune development, digestion, and pathogen defense, which are shaped by both internal effects such as your genetics, your age, and external, such as diet, antibiotics, and environment. The article focuses on antibiotics as a major disruptor of that balance, linking microbial changes to chronic conditions such as obesity, diabetes, allergies, and even often but rare neurological issues. Both sources agree that microbiome imbalance can drive both local and systemic disease. Our article reinforces the need for careful antibiotic use to avoid long-term microbiome disruption, which can lead to resistance and chronic disease. Our article also calls for a shift in clinical and public health approaches, encouraging providers to balance short-term treatment with long-term microbiome health, and promoting public awareness on responsible antibiotic use. In conclusion, antibiotic usage is a double-edged sword. It's life-saving when necessary, but very harmful when misused. The long-term health from disrupted microbiota underscored the need for better antibiotic stewardship and development for alternatives. Strategies such as FMT, phage therapy, and probiotics offer promising routes to restore microbial balance and protect host health. Further, clinical practices must aim to preserve microbiota integrity, especially during critical development windows like infancy and pregnancy.